What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a haul video. Now, this is the first time I've ever done this with this internet because it is still not working in my house, long story short. So let me know in the chat if everything is coming through clearly. Maybe if I don't do herky-jerky moves, it won't do too terribly bad. But I'm known for herky-jerky moves. Anyway, we've got Last Cruise since 1971, all the way from New Mexico. And then we've got the Popster, the Papa Wheelie. Papa Wheelie, hopefully you got your box that I mailed to you the other day. That thing was jam-packed full, just like Tricky's mom. And anyways, it dawned on me that the Scarecrow did not send me my package till much later. And so that book I told you I was going to get for you is laying over there. So you got to start to the next box. Sorry about that. Legion of Comics just had a live show per usual on Fridays. Go check him out. What is going on? Appreciate that little bit of feedback. And Legion of Comics is fastly approaching 1,000 subaroos. So if you haven't already, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under, but if you haven't already, go sub up the Legion of Comics mark over there. All right, good deal. All right, so man, I have got so many goodies today, so many goodies because it has been so long since I have done a video, and the books have just been piling up. And I've been looking at doing an auction tomorrow, which normally goes on, but I would have to do it with this device. I don't know how that's going to work. And so I was kind of testing in as much as I was being able to do a haul video live today. So see what's up, newsstand? I've got a few newsstands over here, if I'm not mistaken. What is going on? Be sure to smash that like button if y'all haven't already. And if you're watching this on the rewind, that's perfectly fine as well. So this is going to be just a hodgepodge of great books. Be sure to drop your comments in the chat. As per usual, I will pick them out. So we've got Star Wars, War of the Bounty Hunters, Doc Afra. That's number 14. This book came out, I believe, this week. Picked this up from the comic shop. Could have done without it. Doc Afra was one of those books that I didn't pick up, even though I was picking up all the other Star Wars books. But because it was a War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in, I falsely assumed that it would be related to that or that I would need to read it. That was not the case. That was not the case. Yeah, so what it is I'm having to go off of this hotspot pop. Instead of doing the internet. So the internet is still down here, and it sucks. It really sucks. But anyway, I'm going to try not to do the, the wave and all that kind of stuff, which would probably cause it to be more pixelated than usual. All right. So, yeah, I wasn't impressed with Doc Afra. Then we got Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Attack at Dawn. Valance betrays Dengar, even though that he's been helping him out along this way, and teams up with Boba Fett at the end of this book. This is the mainline story of storyline of this War of the Bounty Hunters, and all the other active Star Wars titles are just tie-ins to that. Magnificent covers are cool. Boba Fett, you got to go with that, but it's just a typical Marvel-esque story that's going on longer than what it should have. Tim the Comic Collector, what is going on? Perry, hola. We got Masters of the Universe Revelation number 3 from Dark Horse Comics. I know that this series has been panned from Netflix, has been largely panned from the fans. Let me know in the chat if you've seen it and what you think. I was a big He-Man fan back in the day. And since this was a short deal, kind of a prelude to the Netflix series, I decided to pick it up. These days, I'm not picking up many Dark Horse books at all, actually. But it's been interesting. Skeletor, they did kind of an origin story, but at the last issue, but then basically said, he was lying about the whole thing. And then this one right here is Evil Lynn's origin story. And He-Man and Teela show up at the end of the book. So I picked up Basilisk, number 4. I had picked up the first 2, and then somehow or another, somehow or another, I missed number 3. So there we go. So somehow I missed number 3. Not sure what happened. Well, I missed number 3. That's what happened, Jason. But the first 2 issues were interesting. Oh, wow. That sucks. Yeah, those Alex Ross covers are sick, which he's typically his covers are. So what is going on? Station. What's going on, TM Nerdy? All right, we got X-Force number 23. Basically, we see inside the mind of the beast, which I have argued that is more like the Dark Beast of the Age of Apocalypse days in this time. And might be one of his kind of revealing that is indeed kind of a personality trait of his to be a you-know-what. In the back of these books, which I'm sure is all the Marvel books that are coming out, is the 20th anniversary, has the story clip, a couple pages of the Amazing Spider-Man black cover story with September 11th in it. So that was at the back of this book. I don't. If you want me to, I think that the comic shop has some extra ones. If you want me to pick them up for you, I'll sell them for whatever they cost me, Pops. Just let me know. All right. So my shop did not get any DC books in. So I actually saved a lot of money this week. But trust me, it's going to be made up for next week because I'm going out of town next week. I'm going to Dallas Fan Expo. I am taking my 2 younger sons with me. My wife and oldest daughter are going out of town. Someone is keeping the youngest daughter. So I get to babysit, and we will be going to Dallas Fan Expo. So I'll be spending a bunch of money over there and be hitting up some comic shops along the way. And hopefully I'll meet some of you over there. Yeah, well, I've seen that Dark Side cover, and that did look pretty sick, which I've been picking up Infinite Frontier, the miniseries. So talking about Infinite and crises as they come to DC. How about Infinite Crisis number 5? Just picked this up. I bought this off of Matt Marlin or M&M Comic Sales. If you're not familiar with him, over on Instagram, he had a sale a couple weeks back, and these came in the mail this week. This is cover A. This is the first appearance of Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes, which they're going to be making a series. So pretty sick cover there. Oh, yeah, the Suicide. Yeah, I'll do that, Pops. I'll let you know. Let you know if I got them for you. Suicide Squad this week was good as well. I saw the ambush bug on Suicide Squad. I thought that was pretty funny, especially the one where he was sitting there texting and holding his finger up. Infinite Crisis number 3, another Jim Lee cover. There you go. A little DC lover-root. All right. Then I got these from Bronze and Bronze Age Gods. They were doing an Instagram sale, and actually it was Scott from Hoarder's Hide that let me know that they were doing an Instagram sale, and they were having some foreigns over there. So, oh yeah, I like Joker, the Joker books. Matter of fact, talking about Joker, so James Tynion is going to be at Dallas Fan Expo, or he's supposed to be. So is the artist of both Something is Killing the Children. So he's supposed to be there, and also the artist for Joker. So I am going to get a bunch of books done. Oh yeah, for sure. And talking about Perez, Mark had showed off on his Instagram, and it was from a YouTube video, but he showed off that Killer Perez Superman holding the Thor's hammer. But Bronze Modern Age Gods had done the sale, and I picked up, it was a package of 6, I believe. Yeah. So this is Batman, Sins of the Father. These are foreigns. So these are all in Spanish, all 6 of them. So got some Batman and looks like Deadshot action there. Looks like a little tribute to the Liefeld or something there. All right. So, yeah, all 6 of those came from them. Then I picked up these from Scarecrow. So Scarecrow, I don't know that he puts out any content over on YouTube, over on YouTube. Anyway, so, but he does sell frequently on the Saturday Morning Cartoon Crew. He had a $2 pull box. And if you watch most of these YouTube sales that have been going on lately, they've been doing these pull box deals. And, you know, some of them are even pretty expensive pull boxes. But he had $2 pull boxes, so pretty low risk there. But I did pick up a few from him on that, including this free comic book day, Enter the House of Slaughter. I was lucky enough to get one of those at the comic shop myself, but picked up that. Also, the Avengers #1, which has, I think, a snippet from the new Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman Hulk run that's fixing to be starting. So these are just the books that I picked up from him that I'm actually going to keep. So the ones that I'm not keeping, then I've already put over in the deal. I also did pick up this from him. This it was a bid, but this is the Tmnt from Archie Adventures #2, and it is a new set. How about that, Seawater? But picked up that. Picked this up from Amazon. Check this out. Killock. I always butcher his name, but on Whack Comics, they were doing a charity auction. Not auction. It was a charity whackathon or something. And I actually won a print by him. He does some Transformers work for IDW. This is a series that was his own. I believe he wrote it and illustrated it. I picked up 2 and 3, 4. So I was missing like 1, 5, and I think there might be a 6 book, but I was missing some of them. I said, screw it. I'm just going to get the trade on it. So I picked up this, and this is a really good read. So basically the premise, if you're not familiar, because this has been out for a little bit, but you have this little guy here. You have 3 other big guys who have done bad things, and basically the government or whatever puts this little kill lock on them. And so if one of them dies, then all of them die. And so they embark on this quest because they hear that there's a cure for the kill lock, so that they can all go live their separate lives. And basically they all try to keep this little guy from getting killed because basically the only thing that he did wrong was being made wrong. They messed up on him at the manufacturer defect. And that was the only thing he done wrong. And so they feel bad about that. And hey, there you go, Seawood. There you go. So that was the only thing that he had done wrong. So at the end of the book, they kind of set it up to where if he wanted to come back with a sequel, they could. I won't spoil it for you what comes with the characters. It is a 5 or 6 issue miniseries, and I got this book on Amazon, I think, for $16, I believe, Prime shipping. So there you go. Got this from a eBay seller, and this is Solar Man of the Atom #1. This is the Philippines version. It is signed by Jim Shooter and Bob Layton. Wish it had a Barry Windsor Smith signature on it. However, it does not. And if you can tell, it's 8.5 white pages from CBCS. It is from the Bildhauser Research Archives. I don't know what in the world that is, but it sounds important. But this is the Filipino version. I have an English version and I have a Mexican version, both of which are signed by Jim Shooter. Bob Layton is in the past not been a very hard signature to get a hold of, so I plan on getting those other 2 books signed by him, so they'll be Twinkies. the triplets there, and have those three all signed by them. And it came with the thing, which is pretty interesting: Independence Comic Collection Certificate of Authority, which I didn't even know was a deal, right? And so basically, this guy says this came from Peter Warneski. Maybe somebody knows he's something that, but basically he says, hey, these are from my collection. I had a store, yada yada. And that's what I did there. All right. I picked these up from Big Time Collectibles. So Big Time Collectibles, I've been using them more lately, picking up some exclusives and some random stuff. They do really good customer service. They got good packaging. They ship their stuff fairly quick, as opposed to, say, a Frankie's, and especially compared to Unknown Comics. Unknown Comics, I'm not doing anything with them, so I'm not going to rehash that because I've talked about it on another video. But Big Time Collectibles been pretty nice to work with. And I got these two beauties right here, Superman 78 and Batman 89, reeking of nostalgia. And of course, these are both homages to the Superman and Batman comics that Jim Lee done. These are both Miko Cian, which he alludes to on the Batman that is after Lee. But on this one, he actually puts in memory of Richard Donner, which had not long passed when this came out. I like both of these covers. I got the originals, the OGs. Brian Azzarello was the writer of Superman at that time, and he's going to be at Fan Expo, and so I'm going to get the OG one of Superman signed there by him. But I actually like the reading of the Superman one better. The art, both were kind of up in the air, but the Superman one read better, and it's because Robert Venditti done it. I'm a big fan of Robert Venditti. I think he's the one that's doing the Infinite Frontier stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Mark can correct me on that if that is not right. But Robert Venditti did awesome Exo Man of War Volume 3 when Valiant rebooted. Great story if you haven't picked it up. Got this Lobezno copy, Wolverine number 8. So go with the other one. If you watched my Instagram, you probably already seen me post that one. I got these comics from Wolf Blitz. So Wolf Blitz usually selling with us over on the Saturday morning cartoon crew here on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Time. But this is Batman The Return. It's a one-shot. That's a great David Finch cover. Picked it up from him on the cheap. Thor 365, some Walt Simonson goodness, and the first appearance of Throg. Got some X-Men Blue, which I was not a big fan of the series. I got it simply. It was a cover by, of course, that is the Jim Lee card, X-Men card from back in the day. Lobezno, FTW. You lost me on that one. Rogue number 4. This is from, I believe, volume 3 of that series, and there's a couple I'm missing there, and he happened to throw one up of the ones I needed. X-Men Chronicles, notice all caps, the magazine for X-Men fans. A lot of it's just parody stuff in there. This is a Dave Cockrum cover, so there is an interview with Jim Shooter in there, but largely it's just a parody magazine. But I've seen these here and there. Just had never found one on the cheap, and I did that day, so pulled the trigger. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us today. Let's see what else we got. Hey, Sleepy Reader 666. What is going on? I got Nightwing 83. Nightwing 83. So this is Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 8. I'm starting to kind of like the regular Star Wars High Republic from Marvel better than what I had. I've been picking up the adventures just because there were so many first appearances, but if it doesn't pick up, it's fixing to drop. Got Fear State Alpha #1. This was pretty good. Which all of the Batman, as much as DC is Tynion's doing it, I think this is the last hoorah for him, at least for now, on Batman. But as much Batman as they've been putting out, you would think that some would be mailing it in, and obviously some are better than others. It's always the case, but this was a pretty good read. Infinite Frontier #5. So since #6 just came out, you can know that I just got this one. Dig Josh Williamson's writing. He did well with The Flash. Been doing this. I was thinking Venditti was doing this for some reason. Maybe he did the earlier issues. But Josh Williamson, of course, most everybody probably knows that he has been tapped as the next Batman writer. Don't know if he would have been my first choice. However, he was a solid choice. So I think he was a lot more solid of a pick, which would make sense for your flagship title. T-Pain, what is going on? How are you? How are things over in Georgia? Yeah, well, Mark, at this point, Tynion, these books have already been written out. We're just now starting to see the edited version hit the shelves, right? But he's mailing it in. Tynion, there was a strong push. I really like Joker War all the way to issue 100, and then they're like, "Man, dude, you're doing so great. You got to come back." You could tell he was kind of mailing it in. I like the idea of putting in new characters all the time because I feel like there's been a drought of new characters in the big two, Marvel, DC, that are not derivatives of some other character or knockoffs of some other character. But you got to develop them. So that was my main gripe. The last couple of issues have been good, I thought, with Batman. But I'm like you. Okay, we know it's going in a different direction. Let's just go ahead and cut it off and let's get this show on the road. Star Wars: The High Republic. I mentioned this has been kind of picking up a little bit. Phil Noto cover. It's the one I picked up. I think this is Mark from Legion of Comics' favorite title, Firepower, by Robert Kirkman. And things are starting to build back up in this next arc. And I like the series. It's not my favorite series, but I mean, I like it. Then we got Walking Dead Deluxe. I always pick up the Finch covers. This is Comics and Death Metal. Man, what is going on? Hey, you didn't go with two brothers up to the Lexington Comic-Con? Oh, okay, I get you. I was like, damn, I don't get it. But yeah, so I do like the series. I did pick it up back when it was a black and white title, but I dig the Finch covers and the story. Don't get used to having anybody around because they're fixing to die, kill themselves, or something. Really crazy. Pick this up from. Let me see. Let me get this thing over here. So got this from Skiff's Comics. Skiff's Comics. He was doing a sale over on the Whatnot and picked this up. This is a ratio variant of Beta Ray Build #5. Great read, by the way, if anybody didn't catch it. Picked this up from M&M Comic Sales as well. This is Batman Urban Legends #6. And then I ended up picking up the Black Canary version of this from where did I pick that up from? Rebel Outpost on Instagram. But of course, this is the issue where Tim Drake changes his sexual orientation from what it's been since the late 80s just to placate the masses. That's what it is. So there you go. Of course, I didn't get it for that. I got it for the stories to include the Red Hood story for sure. I got these next couple of books from AKA Comics. They're out of Northeast Mississippi. I've met them several times, whether at cons that we were going to. They've set up a booth in the Tupelo Comic-Con, and he sells over on the Instagram. And I picked these up on the cheap from him. Uncanny X-Men 256, which is the first appearance of Psylocke or Quanon there. And then the classic cover, Uncanny X-Men 268. This is the direct edition. I do have the JCPenney reprint, which has the Swinging Spidey anniversary in the logo. And, you know, the deal is, yeah, I already got that one. I had a direct, I had a newsstand, and I've sold them both. So I picked it back up because it was cheap. Then I got Conan Saga right here, something the Varangian Vigilante can get behind. The Conan Saga. This is issue number 1 from Marvel Magazine. 3 full-length stories by Roy Thomas, Barry Windsor Smith, and just got some Barry Windsor Smith goodness all over that. These are in magazine print. The first 3 issues of Conan. So this was hitting all the right spots. So I don't normally pick up magazines. There are occasions, though, as you just saw. So this one was hitting. Hey, Tylox, what's going on? I think you just had a comic unboxing over there. I don't know if you were doing it live, but I got a notification from YouTube. If you all are not familiar with Tylox the Mighty, go sub him up. Go check him out. Yeah, so I'm operating with a hotspot. So there you go. This, like I said, was touching on all the right spots. Comics scene. So we've got some Barry Windsor Smith goodness, talking about some Rune up here. We got Batman the Animated Series, Mask of the Phantasm, to be specific. And then we've got Ninjak, right there, Ninjak, a different kind of ninja. So this was when Ninjak was first coming out back with Valiant. So a lot of goodies up in this one. So I decided to pick it up from them. And I picked this up, which I'm going to sell it. I don't remember who I picked it up from. Somebody threw this in as a freebie. The Mighty Isis #2. And so you can see this is DC TV. So this is, they were using Isis in the Captain Marvel hokey 70s show that they did. Of course, Isis is coming back out in the Black Adam movie. I know, right? I had all this stuff piling up on my desk. I said, I need to try this out. Plus, I was wanting to try it out to see how well it worked for potentially doing the auction tomorrow. The Mighty Isis #2. So now this is the big book of the showing right here. I am probably going to get it pressed and reholdered in a new CBCS case. I plan to go, or I'm going to go to Dallas Fan Expo next week, as I mentioned earlier. CBCS will more than likely have a representative there since they're in Dallas. So I might just take it with me then, and ask them there. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But I'm also planning to go the next week to Nashville Comic-Con, where Al Milgrom and Jim Shooter are going to be. I've got a bunch of stuff signed by Jim Shooter, so not really in the line for that. But Al Milgrom, I've got some stuff I'd like to get signed. 2 of which I'm not going to crack open because I don't want to run risk of getting a lower grade, but is my Iron Fist 14. He was the cover inker, I think, for Iron Fist 14, which is the first appearance of Sabretooth. I got that one slabbed and got Chris Claremont to sign it last year. Yeah. And the other one that he done was Werewolf by Night 32, which is one I have too. And I'd like to get him to sign it, but I just don't want to take the risk of it coming out of that case and not coming back the same way or better. So I do have plenty of other stuff for him to get signed and wanted to go up there. Nashville Comic-Con is a week from Saturday. Yeah, no, 2 weeks from this Saturday. So the 25th and 26th. I think it's Saturday and Sunday. So I plan on going to that. We'll see. So that is the plan as of right now. So here's the big book. I saw Archangel. He goes by that on YouTube. It goes by something different on Instagram. And he threw this up there. NYX #3. If you know, you know. This is the first appearance of Laura Kinney in comics, a.k.a. X-23, a.k.a. Wolverine, a.k.a. whatever. So yes, Legion of Comics, I did, and it was the price is utterly ridiculous. I understand that some, if not all, of the proceeds are going to charity, which I can appreciate. Him taking his time, if that's the case. I'm sure there's some kind of skim off the top. I mean, CGC paying for his flight or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't plan on sending any down there. I'm not a big fan of movie characters signing comic books unless it was a photo cover. So if it was like a photo cover of maybe him in the Iron Man suit, yeah, I might be more of a fan of that. Typically, I do. They're definitely aiming at a specific audience. Yes, they're aiming at a very affluent audience. They're aiming at a more movie type audience than what they are with the other signings. That's for sure. Now, but what I do, just me personally, for things like that, and give you an example of that. So I'm going to get Kevin Conroy, who was the voice of the best Batman ever, right? The voice of the Batman animated series, and as well as some of the video games, etc. But I am getting him to sign a Batman the Animated Series pop. He is going to be at Dallas Fan Expo. Also, the guy's name is escaping me, but he was the voice of Ren and Stimpy. He also did something in Futurama, but he's the voice of Ren and Stimpy, and I'm going to get him to sign the Ren and Stimpy pops. I got Darkwing Duck, Jim Cummings, to sign that. Got a Wolverine pop signed by the voice of Wolverine from the animated series. Got Larry Kinney to do the Lion-O pop, etc. But that's what I do, versus the comics. I mean, it's to each their own, whatever they want to do. But yeah, it's definitely geared towards a higher clientele. Missed the J. Scott Campbell signing. Look, he will come back. He will be back. But this is a 9.0 white pager. And looking at the grading notes, I'm wondering if I might get a 9.2. It's never going to be a 9.8 candidate. I think there's a little too much rounding in the corners for it to be. But based on the grading notes, I feel like there's some room to grow. And it's one of the old cases that you can just push air out of, type deal. But it is signed 4 times. That's right, 4 times. It's signed by Craig Kyle, Josh Middleton, who did the cover art there, Joe Quesada, who wrote it, and Stan the Man Lee. Why was Stan Lee signing it? Well, that's because everybody used to get everything signed by Stan Lee. But so there's a crisp Stan Lee signature. It was verified, so don't know the date when Stan signed it. That's a little bit better signature than what I've seen in some of his later days. So maybe it's a little bit earlier signature, but this is pretty cool. And I've been wanting this book. I'm a big fan of signatures. Did not have a Stan Lee signature. I had a Joe Quesada, did not have Kyle or Josh Middleton. So those were added bonuses. But with the Stan Lee sig, the first appearance that I've been wanting, I was able to work out a deal with Brandon on this. Then I decided to go ahead and pick this up. Like I said, I don't know if I just keep looking at this book wondering, do I want to take a risk and get them to press it? So I'm going to take it with me to Dallas Fan Expo. Thanks, Sleeping Comics. I'm going to take this to Dallas Fan Expo and see about talking to the CBCS representative, because the other question that I had was, if it's in a CBCS case and they've already verified the signature, I know that if I hand this to them, or I think rather that if I hand this to them, that they won't charge me a verification of signature every time, 4 different times, right? That they'll just take it, they'll put it in the new holster. I'll get rid of this ugly pink label and get a yellow label. And the cases are better. So, but then I'm wondering, do I want to take the chance? Because if I have them press it, then they're going to regrade it. And I think reholdering is cheaper. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not, let me know in the chat what you think, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just say, hey, look, will you charge me just a reholdering fee? You won't charge me to re-verify the SIGs. And I'll just let them do that because there's a couple of other books that I want to get reholdered that are the old CBCS cases that I'm not a big fan of. I don't have any that are pink labels, which are just atrocious to me. That was one of the reasons I went with PGX before CBCS as a viable alternative to CGC. Yeah, I know they'll reholder it. I'm just curious as to whether or not they will charge me again to re-verify these signatures because they charge per signature to re-verify. So I've got a French Canadian Hulk 181. That's an old case I would like to get put in the new case. But there was a couple of other ones that I'm looking over there at my wall. Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but we'll see. So I'm going to take it with me. And there's a couple of other things. I have got this book right here, which I'm going to cover up. This is an EGS book. It was supposed to have been my first EGS book, but I ended up winning Tyler's book, which was EGS. I'm not going to show this book today because I'm supposed to be having an interview with the author. Was supposed to be yesterday, however, with the intermittent email. Yeah, the new cases are killer. I think it really stepped their game up. If they could get magazine holder ones, I've got every magazine holder CGC book I'll send to them because CGC's magazine cases just suck bad. But they don't currently hold magazine cases. Now, they did tell me that one of the representatives did tell me at Huntsville Comic-Con earlier this year that they are already prototyping cases for the magazine. So it is in their plans when they roll it out. Might be at the end of the year or the first of the next year. But yeah, that would definitely be good. It's just so much cleaner. They don't have the Newton rings that are so aggravating that CGC has. So I've got some books at CBCS, really disconcerting because they arrived several weeks back and they've yet to check them in. So now they're getting as bad as CGC. Anyway, so be looking for a video on that. I'm also going to be dropping a video that I did prior to the internet going out. That will be going up. It's a small haul video. I also have a video coming out with the Spider-Man booth boxes. I've picked up 4 Spider-Man booth boxes, so check that out. I also have the giveaway for last month. I have not forgotten. It's the 1 copy of each kind of the channel exclusive 9/8 CBCS cased. So I don't I haven't forgotten that. So I'm going to do, I've got to put everybody on the wheel and I'll go live like per usual and give away that. Also, I have, so there's that. But I want to rehold my SCBCS and okay. Oh yeah. And see, the cases look so great. And the reholdering is usually cheaper. Or has been previously in the past, because they're not having to grade it. They're just taking it out and put it in the new case. But yeah, and then when you talk about a big book like that, sleeping, I mean, it just makes that presentation even more sweeter. plan on having an auction since everybody seems to say that things went well with the internet using that hotspot for the thing today. Yeah, scared to mail it. Well, my suggestion would be to at least take one of those mail times out. If you go to a con and you can hand it to them, that will at least take one mail thing out. Which is what I'm. But yeah, that's a huge book. So if you hit that bell notification, you'll know all the videos that I previously mentioned, ones that'll be coming out. Also, be going live when I'm at Dallas Fan Expo towards the end of next week. So be sure to check that out. If you have not already, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as the bell notification so you don't miss when videos like this go up ever so randomly. And if I'm doing the auction tomorrow, we will see you then. I do appreciate you for watching. Also want to shout out all of the channel members, people that are supporting the channel through that monthly membership. If you have not, if you see a name that you're not familiar with, be sure to check them out. Most of them put out content of their own. And there you go. Until next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.